Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's with Nike. Hope you're all doing good. So today's topic will be on the certification process that if any one of you are basically interested in taking or maybe getting certified in the topic of positioning SAP Business AI solution as part of the SAP Business Suite. So I've recently took this certification and I was certified in this. So I thought I would like to share my experience with you guys so that you will also have some idea before, or maybe if you are trying to take this certification exam. So this will be on the course C underscore BC BAI, which is the latest SAP BI, sorry, the SAP Business AI certification that has been launched by SAP. So I'll just share my experience, like what I've experienced during the entire process of taking this exam. So once we log into the learning page, we do have some prerequisites, like you need to have a valid S number, and you also need to have a universal ID created for your account, and you need to have a subscription where you will have like maybe 4 attempts to clear this particular exam, or you can take four multiple or four different certification exams, right? So that's all the standard process that you guys must be aware when you are trying to purchase a subscription on the certification exam. So coming straightly to the landing page of the Learning Hub, where you can see this is the home page of the learning.sap.com. And here we do have few options where you can browse the certificates or maybe get certified, and also you can go to the My Learning, and then you can also purchase your subscription. So we need to click on this Get Certified, and where you can see these options to browse the certifications, get and stay certified, and manage your certification. So when you click on the browse certification, so it will show you the entire list of certifications that are basically available and provided by SAP. So once we find this certification course, you just need to click on the tile so that you will be navigated into this particular page where you can see the option to take the certification exams or and to prepare for the certification. So my experience says that you first will have to go through the preparation for the certification so that you will have an idea on the prerequisite courses and also the overview of the entire concepts of the SAP Business AI solutions. So if we just click on this prepare for certification, then we will be navigated to this learning journey where you will see a sequence of courses that needs to be completed. So here, since we are talking about this particular course, it talks about the various courses that you should have to complete. So here you have the first one, which is the Discovering SAP Business AI, that gives you an overview of what are the concepts and what features do we have in the SAP Business AI. And it is again followed by a few quiz questions so that you'll be aware uh, and maybe assess your own knowledge levels once this course has been completed. So we basically start with this first course, and then we navigate to the second course, which is the Positioning SAP Business AI. And then after that, we have the third course, the Boosting AI-driven Business Transformation with Joule Agents. And then you have a practice exercise. So this will be something like a customer return management with SAP Business AI in the SAP S/4HANA Cloud. And after that, you will have this option to take the certification, right? It's not that all these are mandatory to take this exam, but you also can directly go into the certification and take it up. But you need to have some idea on what the course says and what this concept is basically about, right? So each of these courses, like you see here, it has a specific duration. Like this particular course is around 40 minutes, and then this course is for 3 hours, and then 2 hours, and yeah. After that, we will directly go to the certification. So assuming that you have completed these prerequisite course, so then you will be navigating into this certification page where you can actually see these options like we have the scenario based assessment video and also the system based the assessment video. So these two videos are basically helpful. I suggest you to go through these two videos so that uh, SAP has basically explained the entire concept and the way this exam will be conducted. So please do remember that this is not an MCQ or a multiple choice question kind of a concept like we had in our earliest in our previous days. So this is a kind of an AI mode or AI based assessment. So this exam is going to be uh, communicating with a chatbot, which basically talks as a CIO or a CFO from the customer side, and you being a consultant or being an sales representative from the SAP, you need to convince the chatbot with your suitable answers, right? And also, please be mindful that this is an open book exam and there will be no proctor available here. You just need to switch on your camera, which is an optional again. You just need to talk to the AI and keep on convincing with your answers. So the more information you provide and the more appropriate information you give it to the chatbot, it will be satisfied at that level. So if it is not satisfied or your response is not up to the mark, so then it keeps on adding more and more questions, right? So you make sure that you are giving your clear answers while you're talking to the chatbot or the role play, and you make sure that you're focusing on the exact question that has been asked by the chatbot during the role play. So my experience again, it starts to take this exam by watching the system-based assessment video. So here we have two options. One is the scenario-based, and the other one is the system-based assessment. So once you click on this, you will have a link where a short video that will be demonstrated to understand how this exam is going to be. So what I took is basically the system-based assessment. So once you start your exam, you will have your conversation directly, like if you are if you have been participated in the past or maybe in your current process that you talk to a customer and try to convince them like selling your uh, own products on SAP, saying that, so let's say if we are talking about the production planning and the customer is new to SAP. So their question would be to understand what features SAP has actually provided in terms of the manufacturing concepts and how does it basically benefit the customer with their existing day-to-day business activities. So we do this kind of an the sales conversation that usually happens during an RFP call, right? So that level of scenario or the awareness will should be already in our mind, so that we should be able to explain the concepts of SAP Business AI and as well as the cloud technologies along with the data spheres that SAP has already provided. So since it is an open book exam, you can refer to your other sources and then give your response accordingly. Okay. So once you have gone through your the prerequisite courses, so then you can come to this land page, take a look at this short video, and then click on continue, so that you will be navigated to this particular page. So this is basically a 2-hour exam and we will have like 4 attempts left. So once you start the exam, your clock will be ticking on and you can see it on the top right side of your window. So let's say in the first attempt, you took like around 30 minutes and you have not passed the exam. So you still have 1 hour 30 minutes left, right? So you can take another attempt until your entire 2 hours of time has been consumed. So those attempts will not be considered as an exam attempt. So this particular 2 hour window is only one attempt that will be considered for this exam. So in this particular time frame of 2 hours, you can take n number of attempts until you succeed or maybe pass this exam. Okay, and once you go through these, the uh, notifications over here, and I suggest you to take this exam only on the Google Chrome. I faced a few difficulties while taking this exam on the Edge, which is not basically supported for the AI role play. So I suggest you to copy this link or maybe open your account, I mean the My Learning on the Chrome, and then continue your exam over there. So I wasted like around maybe 10 to 15 minutes trying to figure out that the AI, that this particular window is not compatible for the role play exam. So yeah, having said that, you just need to click on this terms and conditions, acceptance, and then click on the start certification exam. So once you click on the start exam, then your a window is going to change, and you will have a very small window where you will have kind of a monitor where you can see yourself if you are using the camera option. If not, you can also disable it depending on your bandwidth. And also, please do make sure that you have saved the email and the contact numbers of the SAP help in case you have this option here, right? So in case something goes wrong due to some technical issues, you can immediately take a snapshot and send it over to the support team. Okay. So yeah, I mean, since it is an open book, be mindful of how you answer it and what tools you're going to use. You can use any AI tool that can actually provide you a proper response so that you can, pass the same response to the chatbot and try to convince it, right? So the exam basically ends when the chatbot says that, okay, now I'm done with your conversation and I'm really satisfied with your level of answers or the information that you have provided. Now you can go ahead and send your team so that you can have a conversation with our business leaders uh, inside the shop floor or the plant. So then we will take it forward from there on. So if we get such a response, then assume that you have actually passed the exam. Okay. But in case if it is not convinced with your answers, don't worry. You still have some time left. You can restart the exam once again. So be cautious on what terminology you're using and what kind of AI tools you're referring to while searching for the answers. And once, I mean, during the role play, you also have the option to pause and play the session. Though you pause that particular role play, your time is going to keep running. It's not going to stop until you submit and close the window. So you're going to do that, submit and close the window only once you succeed or pass this particular exam, right? So until then, you can take a number of attempts until your clock turns off. Okay. So my recommendation again would be to take a look on this particular video. So this video is very much helpful. SAP has provided a clear instruction on how to use this tool or the chatbot and what options do you have while communicating with the bot, right? And in case you face any difficulties, whom to contact and when to contact. So everything has been detailed in this excellent video over here. So having said that, I would like to conclude this video here and we'll meet again in our next topic.